Not for nothing are we called the land of steady habits. For much of our almost 3 centuries of existence as a state, we have had some of the most restrictive voting laws in the country. And that is a principle that does not align with the values of our state. In large part, that discrepancy is a result of the fact that our restrictions around voting have been codified in our Constitution, limiting the ability of this body to change them to fit the times. This past fall, thanks to the work of this legislature in the past, the voters loosed us from those shackles and gave us an overwhelming charge. By more than 60% to 40%, they stated to us, give us early voting here in the state of Connecticut. Today, we answer that charge. With that, the clerk is in possession of an amendment, LCO number 7397. I would ask the clerk to please call the amendment and that I be granted leave of the chamber to summarize.
Will the clerk please call LCO 7397, which would be designated House Amendment Schedule A.
House Amendment Schedule A, LCO number 7397, offered by Representative Blumenthal, Senator Flexer.
The representative seeks leave of the chamber to summarize the amendment. Is there objection to summarization? Is there objection? Hearing none. Representative Blumenthal, you may proceed with summarization.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. This is a strike-all amendment and will become the underlying bill. This amendment and the bill it will become lays out a program of early voting for the state of Connecticut. It provides for an early voting period for general elections of 14 days, an early voting period for legislative and state primaries of 7 days, a period of early voting for the presidential preference primary and special elections of 4 days. The general hours of early voting during those periods will be 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., and for the general elections and other applicable elections or primary elections, extended hours the Tuesday and Thursday before the election of 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. It requires that every municipality designate and institute a site for early voting and lays out all the regulations that would cover that and the processes that cover that, and allows municipalities to approve and designate additional early voting sites, but does not mandate that they do so. This bill is long overdue. It is a long time coming, and the voters of Connecticut have given us a charge to provide for increased access to the franchise. I submit this bill will do that. I urge my colleagues to support it, and I move adoption.